Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver. So today I want to talk about the Canadian healthcare system again. You know, there's lots to be said for the Canadian healthcare system, and there's a lot of people that say that it's got issues, and there are issues, and there are wait times, and there are a bunch of things that are not perfect. But one thing I can tell you is, when you need it, it's there. And that is super important. So last week we went to the urgent care center with Angelique because she went to bed with a bit of a sore throat, and the next morning she woke up and she was crying. She had this like severely infected throat. She'd like a strep infection, but serious. I mean, the poor kid, her whole throat was almost swollen closed, and it was like, oh man, it was horrible. And it was extremely painful. So I immediately took her and we went to the urgent care center in North Van and checked it. So I'm going to show you some photos while I talk, but it is such a cool place. We arrived there, we were early, it was not much of a queue. We walked in, the lady were friendly, the people were friendly, they helped us in. We did sit and wait a little bit for the doctor on the inside, but when the doctor arrived, I mean, it was really a pleasant experience, to be quite honest. It was not much different from anywhere else, not much different from the experience we used to have with our doctor in South Africa. It was actually really, really pleasant. I mean, we sat there in the room, waited, they came in, they looked at Angelique, the nurse looked at her throat, and she's like, I'm not even going to give you solid pills, I'm going to give you liquid painkillers because that looks like it hurts a lot. Angelique drank those, she started feeling better. The doctor came in, did the diagnosis, but she's like, oh, I can see what it is, it's a strep, but let's just do a few other things. So she tracked it, and then they gave Angelique a drip, and they gave her some medicine, and we were out of there, sure, within 2 hours. Yeah, 3 hours it took us from the time we walked in, because Angelique was lying on a drip for about 3/4 of an hour at the end, and they gave me the script for the antibiotics and said, walk across the road, there's a London Drugs or a Shoppers Drug Mart there, go and get the pill so long, because she needs to get the antibiotics into her as quick as possible, because this is no fun. So yeah, I mean, it was actually really, really cool. The urgent care center was really helpful. Now, look, there are a couple of caveats. Obviously, the first thing is we arrived there fairly early, so I think we were like the second or third people there. Or well, one of the first. I mean, there was no waiting list. There was no major queue. Now, we've been there before where there was like a bit of a queue and then you wait a little bit longer. But they're very professional, they're very helpful, they've got all the equipment there, and I think those urgent care centers, the one in North Van, they actually also have like X-ray equipment and things like that. So serious breaks and stuff, they can immediately scan and do the tests right there, which is great. I mean, it's awesome. So yeah, like I say, you can say what you want about it, and there are issues, but it's definitely there when you need it. And those urgent care centers are amazing, but they also say don't just go to the urgent care if you have a little bit of a sniffle. Go when it's serious, because obviously they're going to see everybody that comes in, and you know, if you clog up the system with non-serious issues, you're going to just clog up the system, and some people with serious issues are going to have to wait a little bit longer. They do have a numbering system. It's actually such a weird thing, because you go to the door and it's just this like unassuming door. It's just this one door there, not a lot of signage. Check at the photos. But anyway, and then you go inside, and really, really cool place. So there you have it. Canadian healthcare system, not that bad actually. When you need help, you can get it, which is the important bit. Oh, and just as a last thing, remember this weekend, the 31st of May and the 1st of June 2024 is the West Vancouver Cultural Festival, and we're going to be down there with the South African Pavilion, so come and say how's it. It's going to be fun. There's music, there's food trucks, there's a bar, there's all kinds of things going on, a whole bunch of pavilions from different countries, and we just one of them. So come and have some fun and come say how's it. All right, folks, you all must have a good one. Cheers.